On this week's episode of Tiaras Tears and Triumphs, we are kicking off the new year 2022 to look at how you can be the best possible version of you. So this podcast reaches out to victims and survivors of abusive relationships to help them to transform their lives on the other side of abuse, to help them to heal, to help them to recover, and to help them to create a new life that they love. So tune in now to hear about my 9-step system that takes you from fearfulness to freedom. And this 9-step system will help you to turn your wounds into your wisdom. So tune in now. On this week's episode of Tiaras, Tears and Triumphs, as we embark on a new year, I am starting off this year with a welcome to the new year to talk about this whole thing of transformation that we look to go through in a new year, where as the old year has closed, we have thought about, reflected on the things in the past year that we don't want more of in our life, and we have an opportunity to start anew. And this is the 2nd of January, so we're very, very new in this new year. 2021 was a year full of challenges for many, and this podcast is here for victims and survivors of domestic abuse to help them with the challenges that they face, which are often very complex. And my aim is to help survivors to navigate some of those challenges and to also show them that there is a way forward. There can be ways to transform your life, to get your life back on the right track again. When you're caught in that cycle of abuse, it can seem absolutely impossible to be able to break free from it, and try as you may to distance yourself from that toxic person in your life. It can be seemingly impossible task to be able to make that clear break so that you can start your life afresh and get your life back on the right track again, and bring more of the things that you want back into your life, so that peace, to experience peace again in your life, is a massive thing for victims and survivors because of the challenges that they're dealing with. They will be suffering from high anxiety and very depressive feelings too. And so having that sense of peace is going to be a big thing. And when a sense of peace comes from a feeling of security and safety. So what I wanted to do this episode is to focus on the pathway that I have used in my own life, and that I use with other victims and survivors too, to help them to get back onto the right track again. So to get that transformation, to turn their wounds into wisdom, and to basically go from feeling very limited in their life to feeling limitless again. So to have scope to be able to take charge in your life again. So I'm going to walk through, just take you step by step through the system that I use, so that you can see the steps that you need to take to rebuild your life on the other side of abusive relationships. Now, I am a very big believer on giving yourself the space to do that. So as much as you might want to try and negotiate resolving things within the relationship, if you've been in a cycle of abuse and things haven't improved and have escalated, you deserve to give yourself the space that you need to heal yourself. And if that relationship is meant to continue, then that relationship can pick up down the track again. But it's very difficult to work on yourself when you're in a toxic environment and when you're with a toxic person. So this is one of the reasons why, as heartbreaking as it is to leave an abusive relationship, because your heart is vested in that relationship, with that person, and in your heart of hearts you would love to see that relationship heal and be whole, so that you can have a healthy relationship with that person. But the fact remains that, you know, you need to have space to be able to take care of yourself, and that you should not neglect your self-care or, you know, sacrifice your well-being to the detriment of the toxic relationship that you are caught up in. So hard words for the beginning of the year, and I really want this conversation to be one that is a motivating conversation for you, an inspiring conversation for you to understand that there are steps that you can take to move from a space of fear to a space of feeling free in your life again. And I'm going to take you through those steps now. So the first thing that you